And welcome back to the Los Alamitos preview show. Before Curtis, Trace, and I handicap races 5 through 8 here for Friday night, we need to take this time to congratulate trainer Jose Flores. Big win with Amberbach in an overnight stakes here last week. And of course, for those who remember Jose Flores from last year, he trained He's a Dash of Fire and Old Girl, two of the best 2-year-olds on the grounds. Orlando Gutierrez, our director of marketing and publicity, caught up with Jose earlier this week to find out the status of those outstanding horses from last year.
Well, this past weekend, trainer Jose Flores had a pretty good time here at Los Alamitos Racecourse, winning a couple of handicap races, including the Separatist handicap with Amberbach, a horse that just seems to be getting better and better. Jose, you were really happy with the way the horse performed. You even called him perhaps a future Derby horse for this year.
Yeah, I hope. I think he's going to go and become a future Derby horse. He's just getting better and better every time he goes out there. And I think if his mind gets where it's at, he's just going to keep on improving and improving each time out.
Now, also last weekend you won with One Prom JJ, a horse that was coming with a stellar record in the Intermountain region, specifically the Idaho. Then comes out here, took him a little bit of time to kind of get going, but a very good victory. What do you think was the difference?
It was a time of us knowing her a little bit better. We had her there for about 5 weeks, and you just don't understand and know a horse in that amount of time. We got everything going right for her, and she ended up performing like we expected her to before. Hopefully she did it. I wish she would have done it during the trials, but she came along and did it in the stakes, which was okay.
Now, next week we have trials, La Primera del Año Derby trials, and your kindergarten winner from last year, Old Girl, is one of the headline names in the trials. How is she coming along to her first start of the year?
Well, she's coming along well, Orlando. She worked 17-8 and did it easy. She might need to start. It's like everything else because of the long day off. She got invited to she was actually being invited to the deal in Zia Park for the championship 2-year-olds, but she hurt herself and she never ended up going up there. But she's back here with me, and she's looking like the old girl of all. So we're just waiting for her to. Maybe she's going to be a race short, but I think hopefully if she can get in the trials, maybe in the final she'll show her true colors.
And of course, we got to talk about the champion, the champion in the barn. He's a Dash of Fire.
He'll be back the 1st of April. His first race we're pointing for is the Golden State Derby. We were thinking of taking him over to the All-American Derby, but we decided not to go after all. So we're going to point him for the Golden State Derby, and that'll be his first out, the trials, August 9th.
Looking back on the year that he had, how can you sum it up in a few words?
Awesome. It was an awesome year. He's everything we dream for. Us as trainers, we dream for a horse like that every year. Luckily, I got one. And hopefully, God willing, he continues being sound and just as fast as he is. I think he got a little bit tired towards the end. It took a toll on him, but he'll come around, I think, and he'll be a great 3-year-old.
And you mentioned that every year trainers are looking for that next star, and the workouts for the new class of 2-year-old stars this Saturday. You're gonna be busy?
Yeah, we got 3 sets going on Saturday. This first Saturday we got 3 sets. We got about 15 in the kindergarten, and we see a few horses that show some promise. But we won't know till they start qualifying and see where they fit, where they're gonna be. But I think all in all we have a pretty good crop this year, and just a little bit of luck, we might end up with another one like him, Well,
thank you so much, Jose, for joining us. And, of course, the babies start working this Saturday at Los Alamitos, and next week Jose trains Old Girl in the trials to the La Primera del Año Derby. Back to the studio.
Well, thanks, Orlando. And again, the best of luck to trainer Jose Flores. And Curtis, you and I watched He's a Dash of Fire run last year. Unfortunate for him that he was not able to win the $1 million bonus, but he did run well all year. Your thoughts about He's a Dash of Fire?
He looked like he was the complete 2-year-old last year. He could fly out of the gate, and no one was catching him on the back end. He had some trouble there in the 2-minute. I really thought he was going to get the bonanza, the first one ever, but I'm really excited to see him run as a 3-year-old.
Okay, well, he'll be back later on this year. He's a Dash of Fire, of course, with Cruz Mendez and Jose Flores as the jockey-trainer combination.